Today we're gonna go over all about silky chickens, and we're gonna bust some myths and lay down the facts. One of the biggest silky myths I hear is that they're dumb. They are not dumb, they're highly intelligent. Even, they're some of the best foragers I've ever seen. They're always busy working the yard, while some chickens are just lazy, lounging, dust bathing, and hanging out. They're always busy looking for something, looking for snacks, getting their protein from finding bugs and stuff and eating different little grasses and stuff. Their egg yolks are always bright orange because they're always busy out there foraging, not just eating the diet that's fed to them straight in their feeders. And that's what makes like really healthy chicken eggs, the chickens that are foraging and are pasture raised. Some say they're some of the quietest chickens, so they're good for like small suburb backyard flocks, and that's sometimes true, but I wouldn't nail down a chicken's personality by their breed. Every chicken is different based on the breed. I've actually had some very loud silky chickens, so not all of them are really quiet. Some of them are screaming constantly. It just varies from bird to bird. Another thing to be known about their personality is people think they're the friendliest pet chicken, like the little dogs of chickens. I've had many silkies through my 30 years of keeping chickens, and to be honest, none of them have been my friendliest chickens. Peach over here, she tolerates me a little bit, but she is by no means like super friendly like my other lap chickens that just want to follow me around and jump in my lap. I haven't really found them to be the friendliest of chickens, actually. This little white one over here, she doesn't like us at all. She likes us to give her food, but she wants nothing to do with us. Don't touch me. She's more like a cat than a dog per se if you're looking for super pet chickens. But again, birds vary from bird, not by breed. So maybe you have some really friendly silkies. If you do, let us know in the comments. Our silkies coexist great in a mixed flock. I've always kept silkies with large breed chickens and never had a problem. Some say that they get bullied easily, and that has never been the case. I've had, in fact, bully silkies before, but I've never had a silky have a problem getting bullied from the rest of their flock mates. And if you are experiencing that you think they're dumb or they're getting bullied, it could just be that they can't see really well. Our silkies aren't super heavily crested, so as you can see, she has full visibility, but if you have a real poof ball of a silky and you're worried that they can't see, then you can trim around their eyes, give them more of a viewpoint, and you'll notice that they're not dumb, they're just blind if they're covered in fluff. So give them a little bit more viewing area, and that might ease in their bullying problems and could protect them from predators. They need to be able to see what's going on around them in the air. So it might just be a viewpoint issue, but they don't get bullied. They're very good with other flocks. The roosters are great roosters. They will take care of their ladies and do all their rooster jobs. They're not lazy on any aspect. Every silky rooster I've ever had has been a great rooster and protected their hens and alerted them whenever they saw a hawk or a bird in the sky. Very diligent on their rooster duties. Which leads me into my next point. Silkies are great broodies. They are little hatching machines. If you don't want to deal with an incubator and integrating baby chicks into your adult flock issues, having a broody silky is a great way to go. They are very good broodies. They will hatch their eggs in their clutch, and they're really good at raising their baby chicks. And you are better off having a broody hen raise your baby chicks than you are. They do all the work for you. It's such a no-brainer. But they are known to go more broody hormonally. They have just been bred to, they snap in to going broody more often, whereas Monkey here, she's never been broody since we've had her, not once. But our silkies kind of non-stop in the spring and summer. We're trying to like snap them out of being broody because they're always wanting to sit on eggs, and we don't want them to hatch little baby chicks right now. But they're more known to go broody than any other chicken breed if you're looking for one. Going back to them being so heavily crested and them not having the best vision at times, I really don't recommend free ranging them. They're more susceptible to predation, especially being picked up by a hawk or something coming on them from the ground. But you don't want to come upon an accident or see that like you have one missing. I don't recommend free ranging them unless you have them in a really predator safe secure area or a run, or like if you do have really good view and access to them, or you know that your area doesn't really have that many predators. Hi, boy. So Silky chickens have that fluffy appearance because their feathers lack barbicels, and those are the hooks that give feathers their appearance, and that's why they look like they have fur. And some people, one of the biggest myth I've ever heard about silkies is they're not cold hardy. Silkies are extremely cold hardy, just like any other chicken. Doesn't like snow or wind. That's all chickens. They would prefer to not step on snow, but chickens are cold hardy. Silkies, very cold hardy. The one thing that silkies in the winter that you need to worry about is their feathers are not waterproof because they're lacking those barbicels. So they, as long as they're in a dry and draft-free environment, they will do great in even the coldest areas for winter. And they just need to make sure that you keep them in a covered run area. Clear the snow, just like you do with other chickens. Clear like an area of snow for them to go out and forage in the winter, but you don't have to worry about that. They will tolerate cold very easy, and especially if you have more chickens, if you have a larger flock, all that body heat, they keep each other warm. It's the wetness, it's the rain that you have to worry about. Make sure that they are staying in a dry area. And also because of that lacking of the barbicels, they are not good flyers. So they can't fly very high at all. So another reason they're not good at getting away from predators and going to where people think silkies don't roost. They just lay in a puddle on the floor together, and that's just how they were brooded as baby chicks, how you kind of train them to be. If you start introducing roost bars when they're young baby chicks, they'll play and jump on it, and then eventually they'll learn to sleep on it. So when they're young, if you just kind of accept that, oh, they just sleep on the ground together, you can actually train them to roost. So that's a big myth. Silkies do in fact roost. They don't just always lay on the ground. Having a lower roost bar available to them that they can easily access will help them in fact roost. And you don't want them sleeping in their nest boxes because then they'll poop in it all night and you'll have dirty eggs. So don't let them get in the habit, because they may want to try to start doing that because, ooh, it's cozy. So don't let them do that. Start training them with the roost bar when they're young. In fact, our rooster that passed away last year, he was 10 years old. He used to actually roost and sleep on the roof of our chicken coop in the back. We have a big old room back there, and he would get all the way up there. People are like, oh, silkies can't fly, they can't roost. He would get on the roof. He would take little steps getting up there, but he really busted that myth. Besides the fluffiness, a silky chicken is characterized by, they have a walnut style comb. They actually have 5 toes. One of the few, like 3 or 4 chicken breeds in the world that are 5-toed. And they are fibromelanistic in a way. Like the I am Samani, like our rooster Ozzy, we'll insert a picture here, is fully fibromelanistic. Think like the exact opposite of albinoism. They have a lot of melanin that makes their skin, toes, comb, internal organs, everything black. Silkies are just partially fibromelanistic, so they do have black meat and black skin and black features, just their feathers aren't really affected by it, so that makes them pretty cool. And then something really cool that silkies also come in is they call them showgirls. And yes, even if they're a rooster, people still call them showgirls, but it's actually a naked neck silky. And the first time you see one of these, you might think it's the ugliest thing you ever seen in your life, but they grow on you. In fact, I am so obsessed. They are so cool to raise and have. I've had a few females in my life, and then our rooster Sweeney Todd over here, and they are so interesting. They will crack you up. He has the funniest personality, and he'll actually dance on command, like how they tidbit and attract the ladies, the rooster's little shuffle to like attract their women. He'll actually do that to Ricardo. And to wrap up this video, I hope you give silkies a chance. They're such a joy to raise. They lay a lot of eggs too. They're a little smaller, not as small as most Bantam's eggs. They're not as big as large chicken eggs, but they're still a decent size. They're great broodies. They're hilarious. They'll crack you up every day. Ours aren't the most hand-tamed, but they're still really friendly and individual to individual. Maybe yours are. I hope you liked this video. I hope we busted some of those silky myths that you were thinking about that maybe was making you reconsider owning them. Get a silky. You won't regret it. Let us know in the comments what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.